What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? We are back for another Chasing Reality brand, The Retreat. The series, premiere was tonight. So we got season 1, episode 1 of The Retreat. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. So, for those who not familiar with what this is, or you're new to Chasing Reality, first of all, make sure you subscribe to the Chasing Reality YouTube channel. This is a YouTube show, and it is called The Retreat. And so the majority of the cast members on The Retreat are from the show Chasing Dallas. There are a few other people, we're going to get to that in a minute, but the majority of them come from the show Chasing Dallas. So if you watch Chasing Dallas, you're halfway there. So the idea of The Retreat was Reese G, who from Chasing Dallas, also executive producer, he decided, listen, everything going on with the COVID, I'm ready for a little weekend, little getaway. He reached out, he put it on Facebook. But Ariel O'Hara and Trey Howard sort of took him up on it and was like, yes, let's do this. So they met up and they decided that they were going to plan a trip. And so they were trying to decide, well, who are we going to invite? Who are we not going to invite? What should we do? Or what have you. What it looks like it ended up happening was each one of them invited another person. So Ariel invited Dior. We'll get back to that in a second. He's also from Chasing Dallas. Y'all know I love my Dior. Hey, Dior. Trey Howard invited a new guy whose name is Eric. We don't know nothing about Eric. But what I do know, Eric, I do have 2 words for you, sir. Ritz Carlton. Ritz Carlton. And then Reese, who invited someone, Dre Simber. Now, if you're not familiar with Dre Simber is out of Atlanta. That's not where he's from, but that's where he's been the last few years. And he's been on a couple of reality shows in Atlanta. We saw him on G Status ATL Hustle. I shouldn't say a couple. I know he's been doing a few things, but I know G Status ATL Hustle is where I know him from. But I know he's done a few other projects and has some other projects that he's working on. So, they bounced around a few other names. One of the other names they bounced around was Trey Womack. Listen, I'm not getting into the whole Trey Womack Reese situation. From what I understand, what I was able to gather up, Reese and Trey Womack may or may not have had an entanglement. And at some point, Trey Womack blasted Reese G down to the social media about what they may or may not have been going on. Now, I feel like this guy Eric, may have had some sort of an entanglement with Trey, because Reese said something about one of the people coming had a situation with somebody he had a situation with, and that's the only other person I can think of that could be is the new guy Eric, who we don't know nothing about. So, I guess we'll find out. I don't know. We also found out that Dre Simber, he has a little bit of beef with Trey Howard. We're going to get to that in a minute because that's a whole nother situation. We're going to get there. So, Reese ends up going to Atlanta. He was in Atlanta for Gay Pride. And he met up with Dre Simber. Now, listen, y'all. Y'all know I like y'all. And y'all know I don't be trying to be a stickler for stuff. I let a lot of stuff slide already. Okay? I let a lot of stuff slide about what... Reese, do you know Dre Simber or do you not know Dre Simber? Have you worked with Dre Simber or do you just know of Dre Simber? I'm confused at it. I'm just confused at it. Either way, Dre Simber's coming on this trip. So they rented a beach house down, they call it the Peninsula, I believe it is. It's about 5 hours outside of Dallas. It sounds like they had to drive about 5 hours. Now, one person said, Dre Simber said it took them 7 hours. Dior said it took them 5 hours. Now, I don't know if that's due to somebody's driving and frequent or infrequent breaks, or y'all just don't know how long it took y'all to get where y'all was going. But neither here nor there. It's about a 5 to 7 hour drive. That's a good little trip. That's a nice little road trip. The college that I went to was 5 hours from where I live. So I could do a 5 hour road trip with no problem. I did that for years. No big deal, right? So Dre Simber also spoke about he's in the process of moving to Dallas, and that's another reason why he's going to take Reese up on his offer. Now, he said, well, I need to know who's coming, whether I'm going to come or not. Well, you clearly ain't know who was coming, because you clearly had an issue with Trey Howard. And let me say this, Dre Simber, You did all this talking about people, you being misunderstood and the unprofessionalism and the shadiness and the people doing this and the people doing that. And the first thing you did when you got there and you saw who was there was start talking about in your confessional that the help is here. And you started reading them. Listen, Dre, you was here for the shits from the beginning. Let's be clear. So, Reese gets to the house first. Let me say this. Reese G. Bitch, I'm here for that confessional look. I am so here for that confessional look. That bald head with that makeup. I know that it is Fenty approved because that's what you do. You do Fenty, boo. And it looked good. I was here for it. You know, in the past, people have read you for your confessional looks. I ain't one of them people, but people have done it, okay? But I was here for that. I am here for the confessional look. Dre, somebody, I was here for that confessional look too. I saw the beat. Okay. So they get to the house. So Reese gets there first with Dre Summer, and of course they pick their rooms out first. Reese immediately starts getting ready to cook, prepping food to cook. Dre Summer immediately goes to sleep. Reese was like, now he didn't sleep all the way down here. He ain't drive, but he the first one to sleep. Child. Anyway. Then next to arrive was Trey Howard and Eric. Trey Howard is a stylist, and a lot of times Trey Howard gives you that that look like the way he mixes matches patterns and things. Like, go to his Instagram page. He does a lot of great stuff, and you can see that Trey, you know I love you, boo. I do, but I won't here for the Diana Ross hair. I was here for the color. I love the color now. But the whoosh, I don't know. I wasn't here for it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But you know I love you. Then next was, now he saw Dre Summer in the bed and immediately called Dre Summer a roach. So that lets you know right there that they had some sort of beefation dramaology going on. Then we had Ariel O'Hare arrive. I keep wanting to call y'all know I did that all last season. Ariel O'Hare. That's right. She's O'Hare, right? Yeah. I got it right. And Dior. Now y'all know I love my Dior. Hey Dior, that's my butt. That's my boo. Dior is my baby. That's my boo. Now Dior and Reese had some lingering issues from last season of Chasing Dallas, and they ended up Ariel brought them together so that they could talk it out and clear the air before they got to the beach, which I was here for. I was appreciative of it. And they gave us a moment. And it was really a full circle moment in a couple of ways. First of all, I've said this to y'all in my other reviews that for whatever reason, child, every show has a Black Lives Matter moment, right? We have to talk about COVID and we have a Black Lives Matter moment. But they did this a little differently. They met at a park in Dallas that had an exhibit. And it had pictures of all of the black people who had been slain. I'm not sure what the criteria was to be a part of the exhibit. And of course you saw the names you're used to seeing. You saw the Trayvon Martin, the Breonna Taylors, the George Floyds. But you saw a couple of the other names, and they actually had some of the trans women who had been affected. And one of the trans women was one of the young ladies we talked about last season, Miss Booker. And it was a whole situation with Ariel knowing this woman and being very upset after she was murdered. And so Ariel was saying how she was pleasantly surprised to see her there and to see the trans community represented, because of course trans women and men, but I would probably say the numbers are more of the trans women are slain and murdered, and it goes a lot of times unnoticed by us and the police. And so I can appreciate whoever created that exhibit for making sure that the trans community was definitely represented in that moment. But Reese and Dior were able to talk, and they were able to talk through the issues that they had. And what I appreciate that Dior said was, he said, You know, Reese said what he had to say, and I said what I had to say, and Reese apologized, and as far as I'm concerned, I can move on. He said, when a person apologizes to me and I feel that it is sincere, I can move on. And I can appreciate that, Dior, because I think a lot of times we harp and we linger on stuff. And if somebody can apologize and I feel like they are really sincere and that they really mean it, I'm with you. I'm with you, Dior. I can listen, I'm with you on that one, babes. So so we have that. Okay. Then we have so they got there, whatever, and they would, you know, they do the whole room thing and all that good stuff. So then we see them playing. They're gonna play a drinking game, 2 truths and a lie. I guess as a way to try to break the ice and all that kind of stuff. Because again, December was new to the group. Eric is new to the group. I think, you know. So they're playing this 2 truths and a lie, and it gets around to December. And the thing is, Ariel's playing, and for every truth that she gets, the other person has to take a shot. And if she's able to guess the lie, if she's able to guess the lie, the other person takes a shot. If it's the truth, she takes a shot. It's a cute little drinking game. I might have to adopt that, because me and my friends play 2 truths and a lie too, but we never added the drinking element to it. So that's always better when it's a drinking game. Okay, and so it comes down to. December says, well, one of his statements was, well, I like everybody in this room. So they were like, oh, is that the lie? You don't like everybody in this room? And at that time, Trey Howard had gotten up to go to the bathroom. So when he comes back, they're like, so what's up with y'all? Like, he said he don't like you. What's going on with that? What's that about? So what it sounds like had gone down was December was in a live with Sky from Chasing Atlanta, yeah. And Trey Howard was in the comments making some derogatory comments or whatever about December. Because December had made some comments, I guess, during Chasing Dallas. December had made some derogatory comments about Trey Howard. So basically, it was some back and forth on social media type stuff. Now, Trey Howard's point is, I thought that having been somebody who was on a platform like this, who felt like maybe they were misunderstood, that you would understand and have some compassion instead of coming for me the way you came for me. December's thing was, but I'm a viewer too, and I feel the way I feel, and I commented the way I commented. And then Trey Howard was like, okay, well, I just did the same thing. Like, I commented the way I commented, and I said what I had to say. Now, Ariel, you sort of jumped in it a little bit, boo. And I understand why, because I get it that Trey Howard that's your gay son, because Dior is, you know, you and Dior, Dior is Trey Howard's daddy, you know, I get it. I get it that you have an affinity for Trey Howard, but honey, Trey Howard was handling December. He didn't need you. He called him November, December, October. December made a comment about him being a stylist, but nobody needing stylists anymore. Now, December, you know that's a lie. You know people still use stylists. Every day people use stylists. Rich people use stylists. People use stylists. Being a stylist ain't no being a stylist ain't no knock. And especially if you billing people and you getting invoices, whether you styling the banker for a new interview or you styling Cardi B for the red carpet. If it's a billable hour involved, then it is a job. Okay? So listen, I don't like when we put each other down. We out here working and we out here turning a nice coin. Okay, so Trey Howard is young and he is out here doing his thing. So Dre, you was doing a little much coming for him about his job situation. Okay, but listen, Ariel, Trey ain't need you to defend him because Trey was holding it. Okay. So it was just an interesting exchange. And did y'all peep Reese face? Reese was like, okay. So, it definitely set it up for the rest of the season. It was a really good episode. I feel like they did a good job of giving us the how we got here, how each person sort of got here, the connection that each person has. I'm sure over the next couple of episodes, we're going to continue to, weave our way through it, I guess, and see all of the different connections. So I was definitely here for it. Y'all go check it out. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.